Good morning. How are you? So it is 8 a.m. I am very, very tired. I have Lyme disease, so something that happens, an effect of it is my body just will get whacked up, and so my sleep is really erratic every so often. So last night, rough night, good thinking time, I guess. So there's something good there. So you can always have good meditation when you do have those hours awake. But the cortisol a little too high, so trying to chill out, mellow down. We'll be smoking less of these, but a morning cigar is blissful. So, something I was going to talk about is knowing yourself well and don't lie to yourself about who you are. So, I believe there's tons of room for growth, tons of room for improvement, and you absolutely can. However, there are things about you that are just, kind of fundamentally you, and core beliefs per se, or core values, probably a better way. Because my beliefs are challenged all the time, and oftentimes my beliefs are wrong, and I find better beliefs and they're like certain things like making money or friends or whatever, like things tend to always work out for me. So the mantra I like to say, or a life motto I like to say, is everything always works out for me. And so it may be delusional at times, but however, with that mindset, I am more solution oriented to finding better solutions to my problems, such as when something bad happens to me or perceived bad thing happens to me. I could find a way to make it work and as a positive, either as a life lesson or for the better. Um, but speaking of which, so it's something that helps me tremendously, and this is especially for me because dating, right, trying to find a right girl, is I'll see a girl, right, and and I go I'm around all the time, so I know a lot of people, and I'll know someone, I'll think, oh, she's so beautiful or whatever. So there's something about her. She has like some way she carries herself, just like an aurora, just like this a classy lady. Um, but she seems great, and I kind of have this like, ooh, wow, I need to like do stuff with her, or whatever. We'll take her out. Maybe consider her for a girlfriend to potential wife material. Uh, then when I actually spent time with her, or something, I kind of knew like, wait a second, we don't have enough in common here. We have a little bit, but not enough in common that there can't this isn't going to go far. And when I trust like a gut instinct, things tend to go well, and I don't have to get too invested, and I don't break her heart, she doesn't break mine, and I save myself a lot of heartache. But however, when I choose to ignore the little voice in the back of my head, and ignore those little, like, not necessarily red flags, but just differences where we're just not very compatible together, that's when things tend to get bad, and or that's when you start to kind of put on a show for other people, and instead of just being yourself and being who you really are, who's a great person, there's somebody for you, you start trying to be someone thing you're not, and that's when everyone's repulsed by you. But especially the biggest issue though is when you're always trying to be something you're not. You are actually you start to loathe yourself almost, or you have like this disdain to yourself because you know you're lying to yourself. So you start to trust yourself less, or your judgment less. So I find myself making worse decisions, worse calls, everything else when I do that. And so for me, like cigars for example, I've loved cigars in moderation since I was a teenager. Back when you could still get cigars as an 18-year-old legally. Now it's 21, but besides that, thanks, Rum. Um, and when I tried to neglect the fact that very few things in life bring me joy more than just sitting alone with a cigar and a cup of coffee in the morning, I try to pretend I'm like way cooler than I am, or I'm more of an athlete than I am, or I'm more like artsy than I don't know, whatever it may be. That's when I start to be like, oh, I'm not being truthful to myself. I'm not actually pursuing what I want. I'm just trying to do something because I want people to perceive me this way. And that's an ego thing, right? Because my fragile ego's always bad in me. But what really keeps me in check is keeping a journal. Good friends is helpful, but really a journal helps. And also just taking time to assess my thoughts, think through what I want, think through what I intend to use my time and my life to do, and realizing there's only so much time, and there's not enough time in this life to waste being something you're not. Um, anyway, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for being here. I have a coffee as well, and a mug that I love. Anyway, you have a beautiful day. I'll talk to you later. Adios.